2016. Glorious day here in Park City, sunny. And, what could be expected? Living September, October, really some of my favorite months in Park City. Leaves are starting to change, crystal clear days in the 60s. And I thought it was a good morning to really sit down and go through the entire Canyons Village master plan. I've had a few people asking me about this. And it really makes sense. It's pretty complicated, and I'm working directly with Gary Raymond at Replay Resorts to bring out our first project here, which you'll see is RC22 Lift, and hope to be talking about that soon. But I really wanted to go through the entire master plan as it relates to the Upper Canyons Village. You can find this map at canyonsvillageplan.com /vision. Or you can just go to canyonsvillageplan.com and you'll see the overview of the Upper Village, the resort amenities. But this is really the first piece of what I call the Upper Village Phase 1 plan. APICS right now, APICS went to reservations this last ski season. They broke ground last week. They have 20 under contract of the 61, and that looks to be a 2-year build. And those are stacked flats, townhomes, and single-family homes. A little bit up the hill from our project Lift, which is Replay Resorts owned, and the developer. And then you go into RC 1718 and kind of into this village walk. But the interesting thing is the planned lift, there is a lift right now. It's called Sunrise. Sunrise will drop down closer to the road. Right now, the road actually goes up. You have Hyatt and Hilton, they are both there, but the road right now comes this way and goes on up High Mountain Road, up to Apex. This gets relocated down low. This area here, RC 17 and 18, which will be just behind RC 22 Lift, this really becomes this village core area, and here very similar to what you would be seeing at Squaw Mountain and Whistler Village, whereas this is reminiscent also to Beaver Creek, where if you're walking through, you've got the escalators to bring you down to the walk that's actually there right now. The interesting thing is where the Sunrise Lift is, this becomes the ski beach. There's been some sun stays, which is interesting, is the backside of at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on let's call it the winter. This area is covered in sun. This area is in the sun. This is in the sun. And this area here is in the sun. So as such, this is set up to this corner of the building, this corner of the building, and this corner of the building are future planned for a food and beverage component, restaurants, outdoor concerts, and things like that in the winter time. And then when you're over in RC16, the difference between, as the grades come up, this is also a bridge that comes across the street here. And the study's been made that if you're walking from this point here to the left, a maximum walk from over here is about 800 feet. And they found through those studies that in Whistler, that seemed to be the farthest that folks would walk with their families and their skis. So it's really been geared around, that model and what's been successful there. And so as you walk down into the village walk here, this takes you into, right now, Vail has their corporate headquarters here. RC5, most likely, the downstairs will be Vail's offices. And upstairs would be residential. There's a study right here looking at what this a village event space is. Right now you have the umbrella bar and outdoor concerts and things like that. But that looks to be enhanced over the next couple of years as this upper village really comes to fruition and starts being built out, and more plans and approvals have been made. And then that takes you back down, the walk will take you back down the Cabriolet to RC15 and RC14. And then what's interesting is you're coming in Canyons Resort Drive on the left. This is a hotel with an aquatic center component. It was very popular in Tremblant in Canada. They've used that model, and it'd be nice to really have one in over here in Park City. The one that most people don't know about is over in Camas. They have a great indoor aquatic center. Very popular. I have a 5 and an 8-year-old, and I take them over there more in the winter than I do in the summer. But that'll be really nice to actually have over here in the Snyderville Basin and in Park City. But as you come back up into the village event space, you have the Red Pine Gondola here. As you walk past that, you have the Orange Bubble Express here. And what's going on here is you have this conference center with two hotels, let's call it hotel spaces next door. And one of the things that they're studying right now is there is a grade variance. This drops down into a canyon and then comes back up. So that's one of the studies right now is actually how do you get really from this point to this point, and is that a series of bridges? That's one thing that's being studied right now. And then as you look down here, Blackstone's probably a newer project that's being sold. And those are primarily 3 bedrooms. And then when you're coming over here, this takes you back over into the Waldorf. The Waldorf does have a second phase over here. Juniper Landing, which is currently being sold right now, and then Fairway Springs. And Fairway Springs is built out here. This is future development, these buildings here. But that's really gives you the snapshot from 50,000 feet of what's happening in the Canyons Village as it relates to the master plan. But again, I'm working with Replay Resorts on RC22 Lift, which we hope to be bringing to market soon, and I will keep you posted on that. But today is September 12th. Wanted to give you a quick update on this. If you have any questions, please feel free to call me at 435-659-8993, or you can email me, mark@reparkcity.com. Thanks.